everybody and welcome back to the Hollyburn Sewalong, and today it's all going to be about sewing our waistband. So let's get started, shall we? So first of all, we're going to stay stitch our waistband to prevent it from stretching out. We're going to be sewing at around about 3/8 of an inch, and you're going to want to start at the outer sides of your skirt and work your way towards the centre. This will produce a small double layered area of stay stitching at the centre of your skirt, but the rest of the stay stitching will just be as normal at about 3/8 of an inch around the whole waistband. Next, we need to apply our interfacing to our waistband. So we're going to place the interfacing on the wrong side of our waistband fabric, with the sticky adhesive side facing the wrong side of the waistband, and we are going to use our iron to press it into place. We now need to prepare our waistband for sewing. So we have our interfacing applied. We need to turn over one of the long edges by the seam allowance, 5/8 of an inch, and press it in place. And this is what it will look like after pressing. To avoid bulk, we're also going to trim this freshly pressed seam down. So you want to chop it roughly in half. So we're getting rid of all of that excess to make this seam nice and streamlined. We're now going to pin our waistband to the main body of our skirt. So make sure that you line up your notches. We're going to be placing the fabric right sides together, and the part that we're pinning to our skirt is the long side of the waistband that we haven't folded over in our previous step. Speedy pinning. So now that we're all pinned, we're ready to start sewing. So as always, we're at 5/8 of an inch in terms of our seam allowance. Our stitch length is the same as normal, so 2.5 for me. You are trying to fit fabric that's sitting at a curve onto fabric that's lying on a straight line, and this can be quite difficult, and sometimes you can sew pleats and things into your fabric. If you go nice and slowly, then you should be absolutely fine. For our next step, it's all about seam reduction again. So taking our nice sharp pair of scissors, we're going to trim down the seam that we have just sewn. So nice and slowly and carefully. We don't want to cut through our waistband or our skirt pieces now that we've done all this hard work. But basically, again, we are chopping our seam allowance about in half to get rid of all of that excess fabric, basically to make this seam as streamlined as possible when we sew our waist together. To finish things off, we're going to press that seam up towards our waistband using our iron. And you can give it a quick press from the outside just to neaten everything up. And that's it! Our waistband is in and all ready for our next step, which will be about inserting our zipper. I hope you found this tutorial interesting and informative, and as always, if you have any questions or queries at all, just leave a comment down below, or you can head to the Inside Number 23 Ravelry group and post your questions there. Thanks for watching, and bye for now!